Just a few minutes ago, a strike in Gaza came very close to our Nick Schifrin. Take a look at this.
There it comes.
Whoa, shit.
Nick's live in Gaza now. Nick, tell us what happened.
John, it was extremely loud, incredibly close. Just that building right behind me, just a few minutes after you and I spoke at the top of the hour. And it is similar, that experience, to what so many people in Gaza have had to experience over the last few weeks. These strikes from Israel are extremely loud. They come very quickly. These are big bombs. And in terms of the target, we have seen rocket launchers there. We have seen rockets launched from that field right next to the building that you probably saw hit. And that has been the target. It's actually been targeted about 3 or 4 times. And it'll give you a sense of how close the rocket launchers are to residential neighborhoods or to civilian neighborhoods. From the edge of this hotel to that field is about 40 feet, 50 feet. And from where we are to that target is about 300 or 400 feet or so. So that'll give you a sense of how close everything is and what the people of Gaza has been experiencing for the last few weeks.
Nick, can you give us an idea of what it looks like where the rocket is coming in? Obviously, when we're watching this video, you turn and look and something catches your eye. What do you see?
You see a fireball coming through the sky. It's very dark outside. It's pretty much pitch black, other than the hotel lights, which are lit by a generator. And so the sea is about 300 or 400 feet that way. That's the Mediterranean, and they come from boats. And so you actually see them fly, and it's light enough to catch my eye. It's light enough to really light up the area around it. And it's a very fast-moving fireball. It is silent before it hits, and actually it's silent even after it hits. The delay between the hit and the sound that reaches your ear or my ear is about a half a second or 3/4 of a second. So you actually see it in your eye first. You turn and look, or I turned and looked and saw it come in. It hit, and then you only then hear the actual sound of the explosion. And you can't really tell right now, but it's caused a bit of a fire in that building behind me.
Yeah, it's
so that was, again, just about 15 minutes ago.
It's frightening to see those pictures. Can you tell us, do you have any idea what's in that building?
We don't know what's in the building, but again, the target has been that field. You can't see it because it's too dark, but the building is at one corner of a field that's probably about 50 or 100 feet long by about 50 to 100 feet wide or so. And from that field, a few days ago, we saw rockets launched toward Israel. And that's what we've seen a lot over the last few weeks. These rockets are launched, or embedded really, within civilian neighborhoods, within residential neighborhoods, and eventually almost every single one is targeted by an Israeli airstrike, one by our office. We saw 5 or 6 or 7 rocket launches before about 4 or 5 days later the Israelis hit it with a huge barrage, even bigger than the one you just saw, a huge barrage of weapons. And you see that across Gaza. The Israeli intelligence gathers the location of each rocket launch, and eventually, whether it's immediate or it takes them days, for whatever reason, there's an airstrike on that particular spot.
All right, Nick Schifrin. Nick, we're glad you're safe. Thanks very much for your report.